Another week, another trading cycles video. We're now in week 2 of the year 2024. My name is Eric, and as always, before we continue here, if you haven't already, get subscribed, hit the bell notification icon, and like the video if you enjoyed the content that we share. If you have any questions that come up throughout the video, then leave those in the comment section down below, or reach out to us via our website. Link is going to be in the description. Also, before we continue on any further here, do keep in mind we do not provide financial advice here. All the content that we share is intended for educational purposes only, and always strict to price and not to prediction. Now, what's happened this past week here, and what's coming up, or perhaps is coming up this upcoming week here that's already started. We are running a little late here with our release of this this video here. It does happen. We're sorry about that, but we try to keep it about weekly. I'm gonna hand off the word over to Urmas, who's gonna fill us in on what's happened here past week and what's gonna happen this week. How are you doing, Urmas?
Hello. Yes, well, market has been quite interesting. Yeah, so we did break that 9-week pattern of raising prices. Basically, it was a short decline, at least for the 4 trading days that we had last week. Yeah. Well, that's quite normal breather, so to say. Yeah. Obviously, it can't go up all the time. And always it needs to come down as well at some point. But technically, as we see here, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, so there were no serious signs that would suggest that the market will keep declining at this point of time. Yeah, so obviously there will be some points where we do see market will correct a bit more, but the time is not there yet. Yeah, so at least this week that we have now started seems to be quite positive one, yeah, for overall market, at least large indices in US market, yeah. And we have seen it already today, yeah, so it was, well, quite good day already, as we do see. It started, the week started with about 60-point raise here, yeah. All right, not too bad. But let's have a look what was going on last week and what might happen next. Yeah. So as I said, the 9-week winning streak was broken, and obviously economic resilience is still there. So the macro numbers are still quite strong. That goes for the job market as well. Okay. Then sentiment for this year that has now just begun is fairly positive still. Yeah. So as we predicted by the cycles as well, they will suggest also that this year should end on a positive note. Yeah, if you compare it to the beginning of the year. Okay. Now earnings season is starting as well, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. The banks obviously are the first ones to report, and all eyes will be on the big names like JP Morgan and Bank of America and so on. Yeah. All right. But we shall see now what sort of tone the full first full trading week of the year then bring us. So that's quite important, obviously, as well, to understand the sentiment of institutions and traders. All right. Now, if you look at the 1-hour chart, obviously, for the last week, that was all red. Yeah, so there were no signs of positivity at all. So, as we always say, we need to trade the price, not the prediction. So as we did see prices declining, then yes, that was obviously our main focus, that there is not going to be opportunity to buy at this market. Yeah, but we had an opportunity today, for example. Yeah, so that's all good. 50-day moving average is still in that red zone, so the market is still overbought. Same goes for 200-day moving average. Okay. And technically, as we have talked about for quite a long time already, there is quite good resistance that goes back to the top of beginning of 22. Now, at the moment, the market has obviously reacted to that resistance and has declined a bit. But today already it's climbing back to that resistance. Yeah. So it keeps touching it until it might break it. Okay. But yeah, as we see here as well, so all the indicators are green, and yeah, nothing has actually changed in regards on daily chart at least. Okay. Now, sector performance for the last week was fairly red. The worst sector was technology and then consumer cyclical as well. Best one turned up to be healthcare. And overall, in monthly performance chart, the healthcare has been the winner as well. Yeah. All right. And the fear and greed index did obviously fluctuate there between greed and extreme greed. And it ended up on 74 points, which is just on the edge of greed there. Now, 1 year ago, there was quite a bit of fear on the markets. So this year already is showing quite good signs. Yeah, obviously. Seasonality does point to the possibility of market bottom at some point in March, but so far so good. So there is still tendency to go up. Yeah. Okay. So we are not so worried about just yet. Okay. And seasonality, the statistical side is also suggesting that there will be some good strong days still ahead this week as well. Now, last week we were in that 12-year losing state, basically. Yeah, so that might have been the factor as well for markets to decline. Yeah. All right. Now, astrologically, this week is quite positive as well. There are quite many strong aspects, and there will be a new moon as well on Thursday. Okay, so that's all good. Now, aspects-wise, I'm not going to go into detail here, but yeah, as I said, it should be quite strong week now. So let's obviously view what we have on macro level to expect here. So we will get consumer price index and PPI as well. So that these will be closely watched, and they will give us an idea where do we stand now. And obviously inflation numbers are something to keep an eye on. Yeah. So big bank earnings, as I said, yeah, these are the ones we need to watch closely as well. Although we do expect that banks are doing good, as we are in Jupiter in Taurus season until this summer. Banks should be quite good performance, and obviously because the interest rates have been higher, then yeah, they have secured quite good profits as well. All right. And economical indicators are obviously as well something to watch on. Now, I would like to point out that the next FOMC meeting will be in the end of January, yeah, so 30th and 31st. But as the broad market expects, and I believe myself as well, that they're not going to change anything just yet. So they're not going to raise it. They're not going to obviously reduce it just yet. Okay. So that's obviously my opinion based on my research, but that's what I see at the moment. Yeah. Okay. So, but in conclusion, yes. So it will be obviously the first full now trading week, and that's something to keep an eye on. Yeah. So overall outlook is quite good. Now there is one stock as well that I stumbled upon when doing my research. So basically, WTW. is one of the stocks that seem to have quite good cyclical behavior in the past, and at the moment we are basically in this area here. So we do expect that this stock will start rising again quite soon, and this cycle goes up to the beginning of February. Then there's small decline, then another dip, and then obviously it will go a bit down, but a more serious cycle to downside will be in May. So yeah, let's keep an eye on it and see how it behaves actually. But by the research in the past, it did behave quite well. So that's why I pointed it out here. They're not so easy to find that are following those patterns so well, yeah. But this one certainly did. Now let's go back to the charts then. So I'll bring up my turning points here as well. So let's have a look what's going on there. Oops, it's a bit wrong. Let's do that. Okay, perfect. Now back to S&P. So what we see here in our research, we have another turning point coming up on Friday the 12th, and the next one on Tuesday the 16th. So that's something to keep an eye on. When we look at not oil, let's look at the gold. Yeah, so gold is coming to another seasonal pattern to the upside, and there is a turning point tomorrow on the 9th. So we are obviously going to keep an eye on it. If the price is going to turn, then there is quite good chance that the market might go even higher, and obviously gold market has been performing quite good so far. Another good runner is obviously Bitcoin, yeah. So it is on its way to the up to the sky, yeah. All right, and we did point out that there is another leg up, possibly to the level at least 50,500 or somewhere there, yeah. So at the moment we are halfway there already, yeah. So it's moving, yeah. So that's good. Now what else we got here? Let me see. So WIX index is obviously on its low still. Nothing has changed. One thing I wanted to point out that the yield curve is still obviously inverted. So that is still quite important to understand. If the yield curve goes back to positive side or normalize, should I say, then in the next 9 months to couple of years, we should see a recession coming up, yeah. And that indicator has worked basically 100% for the past 60-70 years, I believe, yeah, if I'm correct now. So that is something to keep in mind. So if the yield curve is going to start normalizing, then we can expect a recession coming up as well at some point, yeah, in the near future. But so far it stays inverted, yeah, and there's nothing else we can do. We just keep an eye on it, yeah. Now, last year, I believe we did point out some of the Jupiter and Saturn stocks as well, yeah. Not sure if we did on this channel as well, but we possibly did, yeah. Can you remember at all, Eric?
Not too sure. It's been a minute.
Yeah, of course. So basically, what we did point out back then, since Jupiter went to sign of Taurus in the summer last year, then obviously there are some stocks that have more probability to go higher than the others, yeah. So that's what we did point out, and let's go through those quickly. So some of them names are here now. So Save obviously didn't perform so well, so that's obviously Spirit Airlines, and airlines did have some bad times in October last year, so that was reflected here, but it did bounce back quite good. Now Meta was one of the winners for sure. Yeah. So obviously, as Meta has quite good stellium in sign of Taurus, then yeah, it was affected all year. And there is still tendency to go up as well this year because Jupiter will change signs in, what is it now, May, yeah? May 24 now, yeah? Okay. Humana was quite good in the beginning. Now it has been on decline a bit. NVS also very good rise here, especially from October last year. Then BSX, same thing basically. Yeah, it's obviously quite a bit higher than it was a year ago, or half a year ago. Yeah, should I say? Okay. Then BXMT, well, nothing special here. It was basically going sideways for most of the time here. EIX, well, quite good rise here, at least for the last 3 months. Then CBay, yeah, thinner, definitely. So that was a good one. Then YOUIR, obviously quite cyclical, so obviously following the market quite closely. CCI, basically the same picture. Yeah, KMB, well, that didn't go so well, yeah. And UBS, obviously a winner as well, yeah, so that's all good. Now, ALSN has had some good run there in the beginning, but now it's been on not so good trajectory there, yeah. All right, so that's that. And then we had a list of Saturn stocks as well that had a tendency to rather go down, yeah, during that time. And if you look at them, then CMA, well, that one has followed the market, I believe, so that's quite normal. Then ALB, well, definitely it did have some decline, yeah, that didn't follow the market as others, yeah, okay. HIMX also on decline, yeah, and even in this year-end rally, it didn't raise too much either, yeah, okay. Then WB also on decline, well, that's a winner as well. SPLX, sorry, SPLK, yeah, and that one didn't follow this pattern, obviously, it did go up quite a bit, yeah. Then ADSK, Autodesk, was on sideways movement, and obviously now when the transit has ended, it has gone up again, yeah, so that's didn't obviously fall too much. Obviously that's a strong stock as well. And then TTWO, it did have some decline, but obviously it did follow the market as well. So yeah, as you can see, there are some stocks that do follow those patterns a bit better, others don't. But obviously, if we follow the technicals as well, and keep in mind that some stocks have a tendency to fall and some have more tendency to rise, we can make quite good decisions, yeah, based on that as well, yeah. So if you combine those methods, okay. Now there will be some Saturn stocks coming up after this current transit is going to end quite soon in February, and those stocks to keep an eye on are in front of you here. So we're going to obviously follow them now from February on, yeah. All right. And what else? That WTW as well, yeah. So obviously we're keeping an eye on this one. Okay, but that's about it. So overall, obviously, the picture is quite positive. Now, please do bear in mind that we are against that, obviously, resistance here for S&P, and as long as it holds, then we are not taking too many positions to the upside if it is close to that resistance. Now it is becoming to be close enough already, so that's why I decided to exit my position again. I did take a short position today on S&P. So basically, just to be clear here, I did enter here just below 4,700 and exited here. Took about 60-point profit here. All right. Okay. no, that's about it from my side. Let's have a good trading weekend. Obviously, we'll see then in a week's time, if not sooner.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Thomas. And thank you for watching and listening. As always, if you haven't already, get subscribed, hit the bell notification icon, as well as that. If you like the video and the content that we share, click the like button. That lets us know you enjoy the videos. If you have any questions, leave those in the comment section down below. And also get in touch with us using our website. It's going to be linked in the description. But that's it for me for this week. We shall see you next week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Have a good week. Yeah. Bye-bye.